For my 30-day challenge, I decided to do some form of physical activity every day. So for my physical activity, I chose to do either lifting, running, biking, or walking on a treadmill for 30 minutes to an hour each day. 5 days a week I would do lifting. 2 days were upper body and 2 days were lower body, and that usually took me about 45 minutes. And then after my lifts, I would do some form of cardio for 15 to 30 minutes, usually walking or riding a bike. And then during the weekends when I wasn't lifting, I would run a mile and walk a mile as well, which usually took 30 minutes roughly. I think the challenge overall went very well. I learned a lot, and then I also learned that I have to listen to my body. So for victory, it was improving my mental and physical health. Growing up, I used sports to maintain my physical and mental health through soccer and track specifically. And now I just go to the gym because it's a good way for me to clear my head and maintain my health. So some challenges that occurred throughout my 30-day challenge was staying consistent, waking up on time and to get to the gym before classes, and then also listening to my body on a scale of how sore I was. And then modifications that I had to kind of adjust on a day-to-day basis was how much I could lift in a day. I have torn both ACLs, my right meniscus and my left meniscus, and so it was really important for me to listen to my body on how it was feeling that day, to determine if I needed to stay the same in weight, if I could go up, or if I needed to even decrease my weight just to maintain healthier knees. Looking at the course material, I could relate this story to the good wolf versus the bad wolf. The reason I related this to my 30-day challenge of physical activity was the good wolf was working out and the bad wolf was not working out or pushing myself too hard. The good wolf demonstrated healthy habits to remain physically and mentally healthy, and always remember to listen to my body's needs and limits, while the bad wolf was the bad habits of not staying consistent, not listening to my body, and pushing myself to the point where I was physically hurting. So during this story, it talked about feeding the wolves and which was a good one and which was not to feed, or if we were to feed both wolves. And in my case, it would be important to feed the good wolf just because that's the healthy habits, and feeding the bad wolf could decrease my progress at the gym and also decrease my physical and my mental health. So after my 30-day challenge, I learned a lot about myself. I used to have a really bad habit when I started in the gym to not listen to my body when it was sore and push myself to physical pain. Just because after the ACLs, I wanted to get back to the athlete I used to be, but that's not the case anymore, as my body has significantly changed from playing soccer, especially competitive soccer. So it was just really important for me to listen to my body, and it's also, I learned a lot that it's super important for me to go to the gym, even if it's as little as 30 minutes a day, just because it helps me mentally so much, because it's a space that I can de-stress, not think about school or work or anything like that, and just disconnect from life for 30 minutes to an hour, which is super important for me. So yeah, I learned a lot, and it was really good for me physically and mentally.